Hello, family. This camera got a super wide scope. I ain't trying to have everything all up in there. Hey, family. Hey, Gemini Johnny. Thanks for joining in. Okay, so welcome to this week's edition of Black Brand Weekly. I'm your badass brand coach, Queen Mercy, and I help elevate and scale Black brands to six figures through meditation and mindfulness, marketing, advertising, and automation. So today I'm have tea. Actually, this is just lemon water with a little bit of mint, like concentrated oil and some lemon and hot water. No tea because I had tea earlier and I'm not ready to be really hyped up. But hey, Baron Girl, thanks for joining, Mama. I saw those pictures earlier. Really beautiful. I love the family. Everybody's looking so big and so old. I love it. The kitties, everybody's looking marvelous. I love y'all. So today we are going to talk about some stuff, and I'm just going to get right into it because this past couple weeks has been really, really heavy for the community, and there is a resounding theme within our communities, and not just within our communities, but a large group of us here in Maryland in the DMV area. We have a working group. It's a minority cannabis ownership group, and even this was a resounding thing with us, right? Because no one that we know has been personally affected by police brutality, but we are all personally affected by police brutality. And one of the things about being in a minority community, and one of the exact reasons, actually the exact reason above and beyond others, that I incorporate mindfulness into my branding and my brand coaching for my clients is because when you have peace of mind and you have, just the equanimity to walk through a difficult situation, and overcome your emotions and your feelings and breathe through it and move over to the next state of consciousness, which is, I'm in this difficult situation and how do I get myself out of this situation? And then, when you're looking at situations like, Mike Brown, Eric Garner, we're looking at, even like Freddie Gray. If you think about Freddie Gray, he was here near the Baltimore area. He was taken from police custody on the street, from being in an actual investigative situation, an investigative stop with the police, to their custody. Same with Sandra Bland, into custody, and died under very suspicious circumstances while in police custody. Not even just on a street, such as with Eric Garner, Mike Brown, and my goodness, my mind is going completely blank right now. Anyway, I'm gonna stay on topic. The point is that we are hurting. We hurt publicly, we hurt privately, and this past weekend was one that was so difficult for me because it's hard to even explain, but the guilt that you feel when you can breathe, George Floyd, that's what I was looking for. Sorry, my mind went completely blank. When you can breathe and you can experience life, the pain that you feel knowing that man died for 8 minutes and 46 seconds under the knee of another human being, and another human caused him to lose his life over a prolonged period of time, and was okay with that. Like, that hurt. That is the kind of evil. He's evil. He's a monster. He's a thug. He's everything. Derek Chauvin, that white cop who killed George Floyd, he's a murderer. He is a thug. He is a terrorist. He is all of those things. We need to stop being afraid to put labels on these people. Label them, because they've been labeling us since we've been here. And he's a murderous thug who is also a national terrorist, and he needs to go to jail for the rest of his life, and even the death penalty. He gonna die in jail. It doesn't really matter how he dies. I hope it's more painful than less painful, but he gonna get everything he needs in prison. And namaste. Inshallah, okay? Like, it needs to happen. It's just gonna happen, So we're hurting on a nationwide level. Actually, Black people are hurting across the world. The way that Chinese were treating Blacks and Africans in China during during this COVID-19, this is what the president say. This Chinese disease, this Chinese virus, this came from your country, not Africa. This came from China. So let's not be racist. The levels of hypocrisy, the levels of hysteria when it comes to Asians, and my great-grandmother was Japanese, Asians being raped, but they are mean. My great-grandmother was mean. My grandmother was mean. Like, when it comes to Asians being racist against Black people in China, when it comes to Americans being against Black people in America, in our own home country, where we built this country, literally built everything in this country. The whole economic capitalist system is based off of the fact that there were hundreds of years of free Black labor, slavery. That is how America became the strongest superpower in the world. That is how capitalism came to be. That is why we have such a strong development across this country. That is because of us. We built this. Our blood, sweat, tears, sweat equity, blood equity, all of that is literally in the ground. That's why we are fighting hard for reparations. Y'all owe us over $14 trillion in reparations. I want my land. I want my apology. I want what I'm due, right? But we can't do that if we are still hurting. So this is how we move past. This is how we push past the pain to build a prosperity plan for our own unique communities. Silence is reformative. It is okay for you to take silence, take a sabbatical, take some time out, turn off the TV, turn off the radio, the phone, just kind of get away, get into your own thoughts and really learn who you are, what you want to do, where you're going to go next, what you want to be on the other side of COVID, on the other side of reparations, on the other side of a new presidential election, on the other side of everything that we have going on right now, on the other side of civil justice for Black people. On the other side of all of these different things that we have going on right now, how do you want to show up? How do you want your business to look? What do you want to look and feel like? What do you want your community to feel like? How are you going to help them get there? How can you help them get there? And those are questions that you should definitely be asking yourself. So you need silence, you need peace. And one of my favorite ways to create that silence and create that peace is to say, okay, I am going to create and take 10 minutes out of my day, at least 10 minutes out of my day, to meditate and to process everything that I'm going through, and figure out ways to help my community. So we talked about I quickly went through some of the things that we're hurting from, but let's talk about what we're hurting from internally so that we can start to build within our own community, okay? We are dealing with colorism and elitism in our own communities. When you have people like, what's the girl's name? She just recently hit the market. Doja Cat, who's biracial, raised by a white mother and no Black father, and her Black father was not present in her life, so she has this internal form of racism, this self-hatred. When you're talking about people like her, Doja Cat, there's a couple other kind of ethnically ambiguous or ethnically mixed artists who have said negative things against brown skin, particularly women. even in our own community, we are hurting amongst each other. Internal mistrust within ourselves. We're always questioning, are we good enough? We don't stand up for ourselves. We don't advocate for our rights. Self-sabotage and self-hate, and having like a crab in a barrel mentality and really pulling other people down instead of really uplifting each other. And lack of, lack of education amongst each other, lack of self-actualization, self-realization. So I shared a book this past week called, was it White Lies? It's Black Truths, White Lies, something of the sort. It's Dr. Claude Anderson. It's on my IG page and on my FB page, so please check it out. It's a whole book of firsts for Black people in America. Since 1619, we were brought to Jamestown, Virginia on the first boat, the first slave ship that docked in the United States. We have been inventing, innovating, firsting. We've done everything from yard jockeys to cowboys to electricity to everything. That the inventions, the creations, the building, everything has been us. And when you know that about yourself, when you understand who you are, and even before that, the Moorish conquisitions in 1400s in Spain, where you're talking about royal families owning whole continents in Africa, getting back to your roots and really understanding who you are, stepping away from the biased American history and really understanding Black history. We have so many things to overcome within ourselves, and some of those things I just named. There's much more, but those are the overarching, resenting, and confounding thought processes that keep us exactly where we are. So to push past the pain of colorism and everything that we fight against in our own community, self-hatreds, a lack of self-education, actualization, and realization, all of those things starts with education. Knowledge is power, y'all. When you understand who you are and what you have to offer, what you bring to the table, what you have created as Black and brown people in America. I say Black and brown because we are often very mixed, and we may not be 100% African, but we are very African. We are African. So we need to start with the education. Once we are educating ourselves and we're creating educational systems within our own communities, then, you can join. Hey family, thanks for coming through. So once we are creating those educational systems within our own communities, then we are able to raise children who are stronger in what they believe in. They understand exactly who they are. They're stronger in their resolution against opposition forces, that whether that be the police, whether that be white people, whoever that might be. We are stronger, we are more unified, we care for each other, we support each other, we have communities, we have systems and businesses that actually work. So outside of education, right? So we're talking about the Pain to Prosperity plan. So outside of meditation to clear our minds and focus our minds, and outside of education to build back up our self-knowledge and our self-awareness and our self-love and appreciation and understanding, then we have to get into the economic feasibility of it. So not only do we need to help our dollar circulate stronger and longer within our own community, and we have so many different ways that we can do that, but we also need to support ourselves. So two steps there. We need to build stronger businesses, but we also need to support those strong businesses, right? So there's no reason, and in this working group that I'm talking about, actually UCAN's part of the group, this working group that I'm talking about, full of Black cannabis entrepreneurs, that I'm so happy. I can't wait till this group comes to fruition for everybody. We are working super hard in the back end to build big, beautiful things for our community. So once we broadcast that to the world, you guys will see what we have been working on. And then it's all, shit hits the fan and it's over. Everything's open. Everything's up for grabs. Everything's an opportunity for you guys. So we cannot wait for that. But as we're building in these quiet silos together and collectively, we need to be thinking of a couple of things. How can we beat our competitors or match our competitors in terms of customer service and customer care? Because we need to make sure that we understand one thing is that no business will ever succeed without the customer base. So your customers should be the first thought, the first, second, middle, last thought for everything that you're building and everything that you're doing within your business, okay? So customer focused, customer oriented businesses. And when you're building a customer focused, customer centric, customer oriented business, then everything that you do, your marketing is based off of them and how they're feeling and their perception. Yeah, everything from your marketing to the product itself to actually, even if it's one person, even if you hire one $12 an hour intern, you have somebody to answer the phone and provide beneficial customer service, manage your online or digital community site, manage your reviews, make sure that people are giving you good reviews and have an experience, an amazing experience so that they're happy to give you good reviews. Because I will tell you, there's nothing better than warm leads and word of mouth coming back to your business through customers who are super extremely happy with the service that you've provided. So that's how we start to build businesses that are working for our people, by thinking about our people. What do they need? What problems can I solve for my community? What problems am I solving in my community? Those are the businesses that you should be focused on, because not only do they help people and put a lot of money in your pocket, but your business, your community will be stronger, faster, more economically feasible, better. You're building generational wealth, etc., etc. Okay? So that's how we're building these strong businesses. That's the mindset of building a strong business, is making sure that it's customer centric, that you have support and systems in place so that people have a great experience, and start from there and then work your way forward with, who you are, what you want to do, how you want to focus your business, etc. How do we support those businesses? Okay, so I was going to share a few different apps, but I looked at those apps and some of them are no longer even working, and it's so frustrating. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So there was a Black Enterprise article a few months ago now that said this place is the Groupon for Black businesses. Okay, it's called Boom, and it was Boom Black Businesses, and it's an app and it's a website. The website is down and the app is down. I really wanted to share it with you guys. Erica, I think her name's Erica. She's the founder, but Boom is down right now. There is another app called Movement, MVMNT, Movement. Black owned. It's for food, education, online brands. Pretty much any brand, any Black brand can and should be on this app. Movement, MVMNT, I believe. Movement. So look in your app store. It's on there. That's founded by a young Nigerian guy who's based out of the US now. So that's really dope. There is, of course, the official Black Wall Street, OBWS. That is it's going to be either on iTunes or in your Google Play Store or wherever. You can find that, the official Black Wall Street. Shop Black, SHOPPEBLACK.com. You can go there. These are all resources for all Black companies. WeBuyBlack.com. And even in DC, locally, if you are in the DMV, actually a sister of mine who's in this working group that I'm speaking of, her sister runs and owns Black Owned DC, BODC, which is, you can actually find them, Black Owned DC, on IG, probably even on Facebook, but definitely on IG. And you're talking about all of these resources being Black owned resources for Black people. Even when I go on Etsy shops, because y'all, when I tell you we just bought a Juneteenth Black Liberation, Marcus Garvey, Afro flag that's got the fist for Juneteenth, right? We got that, and we had to. When I went to the Etsy page, it was by a white person or an Asian person who also had a Trump flag that they were selling, and I'm like, oh no, we can't have conflicting values, okay? We have to stop supporting businesses that aren't supporting us back and start supporting these black businesses. So I've given you at least 4 or 5 resources: Official Black Wall Street, We Buy Black, Shop Black, Black Owned DC, Movement, Boom when she gets hers back up and running. And we just found another one. I'll have to share it on my IG page because I completely forgot what the name of it was, but they're brand new. They're only in Atlanta, Philly, and Detroit right now, but they're coming to DC in July, and it's a food service. It's a black-owned food company. Like it's like basically Grubhub or Postmates or whatever for your food, for black-owned food businesses. Okay, support these businesses. Support any black-owned businesses. When you're shopping on Etsy and you're shopping on Amazon and stuff like that, go to the page of the business that's hosting whatever product it is that you want to buy and see if they're black-owned. If not, see if you can find it from a black-owned retailer. Eventually, Black and Mobile. Thanks, you can. Appreciate you, sis. Thank you. Black and Mobile. That's the newest app that I found that was for black-owned people. That's the black-owned food service. So do your research. Buy black, support black, have your dollars circulating your community stronger and longer. And at the end of this month, I'm actually hoping to get my brother on for a live so that he can talk to you about creating your own digital currency, and how to create ecosystems within your community and make your own money work within your community, not the US dollar. Because as much money as we're printing, the US dollar it's going to be like Venezuela. Look at what's going on with Venezuela. Venezuela was so deep into debt that they had to print so much money that their money is basically worthless now, okay? When it comes to the facilitation of trading, etc. You know, when you're thinking about the strength of a dollar, think about it in terms of economic feasibility. How far can it stretch? Where can it go? What can you do with it? Is it centralized or decentralized? Who owns the rights to it? Who prints it? How do you make it? How do you earn it? And remember, money is just energy. Money is a commodity. It can be bought, sold, and traded. It can be bought, sold, and traded in the terms of the US dollar. You can own shares of the mint, of what the mint is printing. You can own shares of money. You can invest in gold. Gold is money. Gold is just $1,000 sums of money, because a bar of gold is at least what I think. I'm not sure what it is now. Don't quote me. It is either $1,000 or 10. I can't remember. I know I've seen it recently, but I don't invest in gold. I don't invest in fiat money. Fiat money is American dollars, American money that's controlled by the U.S. government. So I'm looking to invest in cryptocurrency and Ethereum and digital coins that we can actually facilitate the trading of it within ourselves and reap more benefits from and control with our own independent systems. So think about that, and I'm going to host a live on it. I'm not sure if it's going to be this month because he's got to, get his licensing and stuff together before he goes public with it. But it's either going to be this month or next month, and I'm going to have my brother on to talk to you guys about digital currency. On that same token of supporting black businesses, J Mogul 401, thanks for joining, and I appreciate you, love. On that same token of supporting black-owned businesses, we also need to stop supporting businesses that don't support you back. And again, I am going to say this because, hey brother, aka Vexia is definitely in there. That's my brother. He's definitely part of that black working group I was just telling y'all about. I mean, it's power in this group. DM me if y'all want to know more. If you want to belong to a group of wealthy mentality, super positive, motivated black people, DM me, because we are making huge waves. I mean, we got media personalities, everybody, like senators, lawmakers, everybody on game with this shit. Strong team, really strong team. We doing big things behind the scenes, and when it hits the fan, Opportunities everywhere, okay? We're just gonna be throwing money. So I'm super excited about it. Okay, let me get back on. I digress. Let me get back on what I was talking about. On the same token of talking about Quelua. Okay. I don't know how to pronounce your name, love. Is it Kelula? I can't remember. I don't even know. Brother, I met this gentleman. He's a Muslim brother. He has a black owned podcast. He's black. Founder of the podcast, QAYLULAAH. Follow him. You know it's his name. And follow him. He's got a black owned podcast. And I'm going to connect you with two of my brothers who actually have podcasts also, so that y'all can all be connected and all these black dollars can circulate and matriculate all within our community, and everybody's audience can join everybody else's audience, and we can all eat. Okay? So thanks for hopping on. You know I appreciate you, brother. Yes, AK, everybody eats. Okay, so at the same token of talking about supporting black-owned businesses, absolutely, brother, I got you. We are also talking about stop supporting the businesses who don't support you back, okay? This is not a newsflash, okay? We saw it in China with the coronavirus. We feel it in America when Chinese and Vietnamese come to our own communities and open up hair stores, nail salons, food eateries, everything. The standard of treatment is different for you versus non-people of color. Whenever somebody treats you differently than a white person, there is no way your money should be spent in there. If I walk into a Sprint store, a Verizon store, a Chinese place, first off, the cleanliness standards are completely different, okay? Don't do that. Don't do it. Stop eating at, I'm not trying to say this to be racist. Stop eating at Chinese restaurants. The cleanliness standards are different. We don't eat and cook the same way. They don't appreciate your dollar. Stop going to Vietnamese and Chinese and everybody to do your nails. There are black nail salons that you should be frequenting. There are black people who can cook Chinese food, and if you can't do it, I've done it. I make my own fried rice. I make shrimp fried rice. I will make shrimp pad thai. I will make tofu because we're octo-vegans, which means that we do a little bit of pescatarianism and vegan. You can cook everything that they're cooking. Those rice cakes, those egg foo young, everything. You can find recipes to do that shit at home and make it healthier and make it better, because there's a lot of MSG. There's all kinds of stuff in there that you just don't know. And that's the health. Health is wealth, yes. But even more so, your black dollar does not matter to them until you stop spending it with them. When you stop spending your money with them, that's when they respect you, okay? There is a lack of quality care, concern, and positive treatment, equal treatment when it comes to frequenting these other establishments. If you walk into any store and they don't speak to you and they don't hold your money and your value, your customership, if they don't appreciate you the same way that somebody else would, or that your own people would, or where you can go to another store, even a non-black store, even a white store, even they know that they have to speak and be nice, because those are the basics of customer service. And if at any time people stop doing that and you are spending your money with them, then you are doing yourself a disservice, and you are not letting your dollar speak for itself, okay? Stop spending your money at places that don't support and appreciate who you are. And I'm going to say that, and I'm going to get off of my soapbox because I can continue to go on and on and on. They're not clean. They don't appreciate you. And I don't mean this culturally. I mean this in the restaurants. So I am telling you to make sure that you are frequenting businesses who support you, support your community. If I am on the email list, I've gotten so many Black Lives Matter emails this week, it's not even funny. But if somebody did not email me that, if by the end of this week somebody didn't email a Black Lives Matter or excuse me, I stand with the Black community. I support the Black community. If I haven't seen it on their IG page or whatever, if I'm on their email list, I'm unsubscribing. They're done. Because you can't get my attention, okay? If they haven't supported an initiative, or if they have anything opposite of Black Lives Matter, I'm done. Chick-fil-A is Blue Lives Matter. Done. We've been done with them since 2015, back when Mike Brown was murdered, or 2016, back when Mike Brown was murdered. Chick-fil-A, when Black Lives Matter was protesting, Chick-fil-A had all of their employees wear Blue Lives Matter shirts. Don't play no games. I still have the pictures. I have reposted it on Twitter and IG. Twitter, I will repost it on IG. If y'all need the proof, I will bring the receipts. But stop supporting places that don't support who you are. Okay? If Taco Bell gave millions of dollars to Trump's campaign and you don't support Trump, then stop eating at Taco Bell. How many times you gonna reinvent the damn taco? You can do that at home. Don't play no games. Stop spending your money where your money is not appreciated. We need to stop that and start supporting our own people. And on the backside of that, as I said earlier in this video, our own people need to build businesses and systems that incorporate that same level of fast service, customer service, quick shipping. Have your apps in place, have your businesses together. If your app is going to be down, let people know ahead of time. Send out an email, do something, right? I get it. Trust me, I get it 100%. So, yes. So, the fifth point is partnering and collaborating with other Black and minority owned businesses. It is not all about Black, right? It don't have to be all about Black. Yeah, it's our time. It's all about us. It is all about us. But it's everybody. You know what I'm saying? We're inclusive. We're going to be inclusive. So in doing so, absolutely critical to our success. In doing so, like my husband's Puerto Rican and Black, okay? My family is Asian and Black, Indian and Black. His family's Indian and Black. We are all mixed up. It is a melting pot. America literally is a melting pot. So that's okay. It's not, Black and that's it. Everybody's included in this. But if you're not with us, then you ain't with us, right? If your business isn't saying Black Lives Matter at the same time that we saying Black Lives Matter, then you ain't with us, okay? Out. Done. Like, it's that simple. It's either Black and white. No gray area. Because when you have that hazy, shady area of gray in the middle, then you got all those fence jumpers, all those line jumpers. We don't have time to jump no lines. You need to show your support specifically to where you are and who your people are, and let that dollar circulate back into your community so that you can build strength, generational wealth, and stronger support systems within your own community, okay? Absolutely. Silence is violence. Silence is acquiescence, right? It's okay. Silence, if somebody is being quiet, that means that they're like, we don't have time for is. There ain't no bit. Okay? Either you are or you are not. Either you do or you don't. Either you is or you ain't. Either you on my side 100% or you not on my team at all. There is no gray area in between, okay? So we're talking about partnering and collabing. There are 3 people on this live right now. 2 of those people are in this Black working group. That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate y'all, because when they post something that needs to be reposted to my audience and it's beneficial to my audience, I repost it to my audience. And they're on here watching this because they support me, and I support them right back, right? Like, I buy their products, I use their platforms, I tell people, go to their business. This business is who you need to be looking at. I plug Black people all day, every day. I love Black people. I love being Black. Black is crazy, right? It's so crazy to be Black. Everybody want to be you, but they don't really want to be you, right? The endurance and all the things that come with being Black is great, but it takes a lot of work and effort and energy and endurance to get there. And everybody is not built for this, okay? So if you ain't built for it, that's cool, but we'll see you on the other side. Partner and collab with other Black-owned businesses. Look, we coming up on 5:35. So I'm almost done, y'all, I promise. Partner with Black-owned businesses to create a network of resources that solve the problems in your community. And if it doesn't, so we have a lot of problems, okay? We have a lot of problems collectively as a community. When we talk about drugs, we can talk about gang banging, we can talk about prison reform, we can talk about, so many different things. Division when it comes to religion. We can talk about, colorism and systematic racism and introvert and intercommunity racism. We can talk about so many things. But let's focus on the things that we can actually control, because the things that we can control will actually help us to negate those negative things outside of the community that are inside of the community as well, okay? So we can, by partnering with these businesses. So let me see. Unos is the founder of a podcast. By connecting Unos with 3 other podcasts, everybody's audience wins, right? Because each of those 3 podcasters has an audience. And when you share, support, jump on another podcast, guest blog, guest host, create an IG Live, collab on an IG Live. If y'all do a webinar or a masterclass together, something, you could do a masterclass of a 4-episode series of masterclasses on how to start a webinar, a podcast for the Black community, okay? That's bank in every single person's pocket. It's a win-win situation. Nobody loses. Create strong systems of collaboration and partnership that support your community and solve the problems that your community is facing. If your community is facing educational dysfunction, partner with 5, 6 other people, 3, 4, 2, whoever. Partner with people who have the network that you need politically to start a school. Partner with people who have the financial resources to help fund a school. You can do a community crowdfunding project. You can start in your home. If there are 4 mothers or fathers or both who work from home, y'all can each take turns and say 4 days out of the week, we're going to teach homeschool. My strength is in English. My strength is in math. My strength is in science. My strength is in history. And y'all can all get together and cumulatively, y'all can teach those kids by creating one day, you focus on math, science, history, English, whatever. You focus on those things. You can do that for the whole day. Break it up, make it fun, and that's your curriculum for the whole week. You can build your own community school, your own homeschool, your own charter school. If your kids are not being educated properly in the United States of America, public school, private school, charter school system, create your own damn school. You're smart. You don't need that. We don't need vaccinations. We don't need people telling our kids that because they're energetic or they're not being challenged enough and there are too many kids, there's too large of a student to teacher ratio to get one-on-one help, that they should be in special ed classes so that you can get refunds and subsidies and bonuses and shit for putting brown kids in restrictive classes that hold them back mentally. Build your own school, okay? Get on IG and partner with a nano influencer or a celebrity who's doing the same thing. LeBron, T.I., Killer Mike, Boyce Watkins, Dr. Claude Anderson, somebody IG, DM somebody, make your DMs count. Stop DMing pics that you shouldn't be sending in the first place and go ahead and send a message to somebody who's going to help you further your agenda. Build partnerships that solve the problems within your community that your community are facing right now, that your community is facing right now. That is how we build stronger communities together. Partnerships, collaborations, and all that. building strong businesses and having systems and customer support and all of that by defunding businesses who aren't for our community and don't support what we believe in, and by overcoming those obstacles that we have as a community. I talked about it at the beginning of the video. If you missed any of it, go back to Facebook. These are automatically on Facebook at badass.brand.coach2, and then it's also going to be uploaded to YouTube. And at the very beginning, I talked about a few of the problems that we're facing intercommunity, like in our internal community. And then I also said that silence is okay when you are clearing your mind. It's okay to take a day off, turn the computer off, turn the electronics off, meditate, write out your plan. I always have a journal. I got my bag over here. I always have a journal and a calendar with me, open, like a paper. I can't. Digital is not everything, okay? Sometimes you need to turn it off and you just need to get your mind together, okay? And then, so go back to the beginning of this one. I'm wrapping this one up so that we can stay under 45 minutes. All of these lives are 45 minutes or less. I drop golden nuggets. I plug Black businesses. Go to my Facebook page or go to YouTube, and you'll see my links all over the place. And you are able to replay these videos because I drop golden nuggets all the time. At the beginning of the video, I started with the Pain to Prosperity plan, and that ends with the partners and the collaborations, okay? So use social media to your advantage. Fight the power. Build your community. Make it strong. Fight for those, fight to resolve those issues that you're facing in your own specific community, and together we will be stronger, okay? So if there's any way that I can help you, if you need a meditation session, if you want to know how to build your $1 million Black business plan, your Black brand plan, if you want to really just align your thoughts and your energy and your focus and your intentions around your business and creating a successful business, then find me at badassmybrand.com. That link is also in my bio. But and every link to all of my social media is on my website, and you can find the link to my website in my bio. But these are the ways that we go and we elevate from pain to prosperity and create the systems and solutions that we need in our communities to build generational wealth, scale our businesses to success, remove the employment tag, jump out of that employee quadrant and jump into the entrepreneur quadrant, build microeconomies, circulate our own money, our own currency, and grow to heights that there is no 2048 zero wealth for Black America. There is no such thing as $0, zero average wealth for Black America in 2048. They're saying that in 28 years we will have zero wealth. You a damn lie. Because if I have anything to do with it, we're going to have at least hundreds of $1 million Black businesses through meditation, marketing, advertising, and automation. badassmybrand.com. Love you guys. Enjoy your Thursday.